Hello and welcome. In this session, we are going to take a walkthrough of Katalon Studio and we will see the high-level features and we will explore the GUI of Katalon Studio. So let's get started, and I believe we all have Katalon Studio already set up on our system. In the last session, we have seen how do we download and set up and start Katalon Studio. So you can see this Katalon Studio is running on my Windows system, and here I have my Mac system, and this Katalon Studio is running on my Mac system. So here you can first very quickly create a new project, and the reason we want to create a new project is because if you go to the top menu and if you see this toolbar, you will see most of the options here are either not available or grayed out, and similarly you will see here as well most of the options you will see are either not available or grayed out. And the reason is, once we have a active project created and available in Katalon Studio, you will see most of the options come here. Okay, so let's first create a new project, and here step number one is we will create a new project by going to File, New Project. So here you can go to, from the menu, File, I will say New, and here I will say Project. We also have some sample projects if you want to check out some sample projects for web testing, API testing, BDD, iOS, Android, all these are here. But let us create a empty project. I will go to File, New Project, and I will give some name, Demo Project 1. You can give any name here, and here we have the type. So if your type of testing you want to do is web, you can select web or API web services or mobile or desktop, or it can also be a generic project. And here the good thing is, suppose you create a web type of project and in between you want to add any API steps or test cases or mobile steps or test cases, it is still allowed and you can do all types of testing in a project. Okay, so it's not like mandatory that if you have to do mobile testing, then you should only select mobile and you cannot add any other steps. So you can add all the steps, but for now let us go to web. And here now again, in case you have a question, then why we have these different types of project, the reason is, suppose you select and create a web type of project, then the menu here, this is the main toolbar, and the look and feel will be more optimized and customized for web type of project. So you will see most of the options here for web type of project, and it will be customized for web, but still there will be options available for all other kinds of testing. Okay, so here we are going to start with a blank project, and you can select the location. So by default it goes to C drive in Windows. I will go to my projects folder, which is on D drive, and here I am going to create a new folder. I will say Katalon, and this is where I will create this project. Okay, if you want you can give some description which is optional, and then we can create a .gitignore and build.gradle file if you want to do source code management later. So I'll just go with .gitignore file for now. We will see this later, but for now this should be enough to start our project. Okay, so this will create and start the project. And now you will see, as we get our project ready, you will see all these menu items and toolbar has come here. Okay, so now let's explore Katalon Studio. Okay, so we have done step number 1 and 2. We have created the project, and now we will see the GUI and features. So let's start with the top menu bar. So here, this is the top menu bar. You can see here it has all these options: file, action, edit, project, debug, desktops, windows, tools, and help. And if I go to my Mac system, here as well, I'll very quickly create a project. So you can see here, file, new project. I will give some name and just create a project quickly here. And here also you can see all these options have come here. So we have file, action, edit, project, debug, desktops, windows, tools, help. Now one thing that you will see a little different on Mac is, you will see this Katalon Studio menu, this menu option here, where you can see the about, settings, services, and all these things. And on Windows you will see this here, we have file, and then we have window. So here you can see Katalon Studio preferences. This is what is settings in on Mac system. The setting will take us to this Katalon Studio preferences, which is here on Windows. Okay, so let's now focus here. So here, let us go to the menu, file. Here we have options to create new project, folder, test case, test suite, test object, test data, etc. So whenever you have to create some new item, you can go here and check. Then we have options to show and add some sample projects. Then if you have some already created project and you want to open, we have open project here. We have an option to import Selenium IDE project. So if you have Selenium IDE, which is a browser extension, and you have created some project, we have option to import it here. Okay, then we have a cleanup option here. So cleanup will remove any unused imports in the scripts, will delete the cache and temporary files, and will also correct the formatting. Then we have save all, import settings, import keywords, and you can see the project that you have recently opened and used will come here, and then you can quit Katalon Studio from here. Okay, so as we work and go through the demos and different features and different topics, you will learn more and more about all these options. Here for now I am very quickly going through all this. So actions, we have options for, this is for API web services. Then we have spy, if you want to spy web, and spy mobile. So spy web, spy mobile is used to record the objects or the elements from the application. So this also we will learn. Then we have the recording options. You can record web and mobile. Then we have add keywords here, run options is here, debug and advanced search. Then we have edit. Edit has undo and redo. Then project. Now here you can refresh the project. You go to project settings, close and clean the project. If you go to project settings, it will take you to this project settings where you will get all the information about the projects. So you can see integrations, plugins, and then test design, library management, database network, desired capabilities, self-healing, email, etc. This again we will learn in detail. So the project properties and settings are from here. Then we have debug options, test ops options. So test ops, you can go to Katalon test ops directly from here. So test ops is a analytics and test management platform of Katalon Studio. Then you can see all these test management, continuous integration platforms, dependency management, chat ops is here, request, etc. Then again you can go to Windows. We have reset perspective, command palette, themes, etc. So reset perspective is, so suppose here let's say I do some changes on this perspective. I am minimizing this test explorer, and maybe I will also minimize this, and now I want to get everything back. So instead of manually doing it, I can just go to window and I will say reset perspective, and you can see here we have got our test explorer back, and you can also see here we have got all these options here. You can get it from here, and of course you can dock them to the bottom like this, and it has come here. Okay, so this is reset perspective, and we have different perspectives, debug and keyword. So you can see this is keyword and debug perspective. We generally work in the keyword perspective, but when we have to debug, we can go to the debug perspective from here. Okay, then command palette is very useful. So when you go to command palette, if you have to go to anywhere or find anything, you can just go to command palette and start typing. So let's say I type test, and everything related to test comes here. New test case, new test data, new test object, new test suite, open test case, open test data, etc. And similarly, let's say I want to find something, some feature or something related to object. I will say object, and you can see new test object, new web service object, open test object, etc. So this can be very handy and useful, command palette, and you can open it by using shortcut keys Control plus Alt plus C. Then we have themes. We have light and dark theme. Generally we work in the light theme, but if you prefer dark theme, you can also go from here. Then this is Katalon Studio preferences. So this is the global preferences. Okay, so these are for the global Katalon Studio platform. The project settings we have already seen are come from the project menu, but this is for global. So here you can see all these global settings. You can see appearance, look and feel, editors. Then for Cucumber, Groovy, Java preferences and options are here. Then you can see version control options. Then in Katalon we have all these beta features, Git, mobile, etc. So here you can see You can check the beta features here, which is Katalon web recorder. You can, if you want to use it, you can use it. Okay, you can also get information by clicking on this question mark. You can get more information. If you want to set any proxies, all this is here. Okay, test cases related settings you can do from here. So this can be very handy. Okay, then we come to tools. Here we have plugin. If you want to install or uninstall any plugin, you can go from here. If you have to update web drivers for any browser, so sometimes when you run your test case, the test does not run because the web drivers are not updated. So you can go here and update the web drivers for any of these browsers which are available. Then if you go to web, we have option for terminating the running web drivers. Utility, if you have to export any test artifact or import, you can do it. So for example, if I say export test artifact, you can say we have test cases, test objects, profiles, keywords, we can export, and similarly we can import. This we will learn in more details later. Okay, then you can see here we have options for iOS environment, Windows, test objects. Okay, show unused test objects. If you want to see, you can get it from here. Then help, you can go to about to see the details about your Katalon Studio version, etc. This is to bring up the startup page. Then the studio walkthrough, this we have discussed in the last session as well. If you want to do a walkthrough, you can go here. Then we have links for all these tutorials, documentation, Katalon Academy. If you want to report issue, error log, encrypt text, and check for updates. So all this is here on the menu bar, top menu bar. Then we have the main toolbar. So you will see here, this is called the main toolbar, and the most frequently used options you will find here, and this is customized for the type of testing you are doing and the type of project you have created. Okay, so if you have created a web type of project, it will be customized for the options that are most frequently used for web testing. Similarly, API testing, mobile testing, desktop testing, it can be customized. Okay, so here we have options to save. Then this is for Git. Once we integrate with Git, we can use this. Then here we have the self-healing. If I click here, we have options to disable self-healing, open self-healing settings, and inside this we will learn in detail when we come to self-healing topic. And here we have spy web and record web. So if you have to directly record your web or your browser test, you can go to record web. If you have to capture the objects or the elements from your web page, you can go to spy web. And similarly, we have spy mobile and record mobile used for mobile testing. And then we have this for desktop. Okay, then we have here to create a new test case. This is the option. Then here is Studio Assist, which is AI Studio Assist. We will discuss about this later. If I quickly show you, if I go here, Studio Assist, you can see here, you can chat with it, and you can see options like generate a test script. You can say this, and you can explain, you can ask this to explain your code, etc. So this is AI Studio Assist. Then we have options here. This is to open the build CMD window. When we come to command line, how do we create commands to run our test? We will learn from here. This is the run option, and once we have any test created, this will be activated, and then we will have option to run our test on different browsers and different run options. And similarly for debug, this is the stop button. When the test is running, if you want to stop, you can go here, and here you can see the Katalon platform integration. If you click this, you can see it will take you to project settings, Katalon platform, and here you can give your details and you can enable the Katalon platform integration. So basically this will integrate your project with the Katalon cloud or Katalon desktops, and you can see all your analytics and details there, and you can manage from there as well. Okay, this again we will see later. And then here we have, this is the profiles. So we will learn about profiles, and then you will understand what this means. Then we have keywords and debug perspective. So when you have to do debugging, you can go to debug perspective. Otherwise, we generally work on the keyword perspective. This is a help icon. So you can go to studio walkthrough, support portal, forum, onboarding hub from here. Then here you can just go and give your feedback or share. Then here we have for notifications, and this here you can see your user details, your dashboard, your plan, etc., your plugins and logout options are here. All this you can check here. Okay, so this was the main toolbar. Then on the left panel you will see Test Explorer. So here this is the Test Explorer. Now here you will see your project in a tree structure, or you can see in this categories. So you can see we have different categories. The project is organized in different categories, or you can see here different folders. So for test cases, for object repository, for test suite, data files, checkpoints, keywords, test listeners, reports, etc. And this makes the working with our project very easy and very efficient. As we work and as we create tests, run tests and do all the management, you will find this structure very useful. Okay, so this is our Text Explorer. Again, if you want to search anything here, you can directly select from in what particular category you want to search. For example, in test case, I want to search something, you can do like this, or otherwise if you want to search all, you can say all and then search from here. Okay, so this is how you can search, and this is what is Test Explorer. Okay, now here you can find this to collapse all. Suppose you have expanded and you want to collapse all, you can click this to collapse all. This is linked with the selected part. So what is this means is, this is coming from Eclipse, and what this means is, suppose I have something, let's say I create a new test case or something. Let's say I very quickly create a test case. I call it as test 1, and let's say I'll open it. Okay, now let's say I'm somewhere else. I again go to test 1 here on the editor. I am on test 1, but if you see here, this test 1 is not highlighted. Okay, so if you want that whatever thing you open on the editor should be highlighted here, you can click this link with selected part, and now you can see as you have selected this, it is highlighted. Okay, so as I come back here, you can see this will be highlighted. So I'm here, and now if I select this, you can see this is now highlighted. Okay, then again we have options to minimize, maximize. So this is Test Explorer. Then editor, this is the right pane. So in your Text Explorer, whatever you select, its editor will open here, or it will open in an editor window in this right pane. Okay, and then you can work with it. So if I am selecting a test case, opening a test case, it opens in the right pane. This is the editor window. Okay, and for different categories, like for test, for objects, this will have different options. So we will see that and learn that as we work with them. Then we have keywords browser. So if you see here on the left side, you will see on the extreme left, this is keywords browser, and here you can see here all the keywords. So let's say we are working with web, you want to see the web UI keywords. So you can see all the keywords, and these are all organized in categories, let's say browser based. So if you want to find a particular keywords, this can be a very useful option. And here you can see whenever you go to any keyword, you can see the details, and you also have this I option for more information. This will open the keywords description in the browser, so you can also get the details. So you can see here, you can get details for that particular keyword, and you can see how to use it and an example, a demo as well. So this can be very handy. Okay, so similarly you will find all these keywords, and when we create our own keywords, again you will find them in the custom keywords. Okay, as of now we don't have any because we have not created any of our custom keywords. Okay, then we have log and console panel. So here you can see we have console. So once we run anything, you will see the details and the logs coming here, and then we have a log viewer as well here. So all this we will see in detail when we run our tests. So we have a lot of options here. Okay, so working with Katalon Studio is very easy. The GUI is very well organized. It is very easy to work with, and as we create our first test in the coming session, you will see how easy it is. And as you work with Katalon Studio, it will you will be accustomed, and you will see it is very easy and very interesting to work with this. It is very well organized. It also uses page object model approach. So you will find as you create your test as it will capture objects. All the objects will be coming in the object repository, and they will be organized in different folders, and the folders will be named according to the pages. So it is all inbuilt. You will not have to do anything extra, any manual setup. All this is inbuilt. So this was a very high level overview and the GUI and a GUI tour and walkthrough of Katalon Studio. I hope this was very easy and very interesting. In the coming session, we will start creating our automation tests with Katalon Studio. I will see you in the next session. Thank you for watching and never stop learning.